Moldavite is one of the most transformational stones out there. It is infamously known for creating a massive amount of change in your life, whether you're ready for it or not. That's why you should be absolutely certain you are ready to welcome Moldavite energy into your life. Today, I'm going to be covering 8 things you should know before purchasing Moldavite. So get ready because we are diving into today's video. Hello and welcome. If this is your first time here, my name is Courtney and my channel is all about connecting with crystals, learning about their metaphysical benefits, and really just becoming aware of this unique energy that's available to all of us. So thank you for joining me. Moldavite is a wild, wild ride, guys. I got my first piece of Moldavite back in 2021, and I gotta say it was probably one of the most magical and really life-altering times in my life. If you're curious to hear what happened when I brought Moldavite into my life and my Moldavite experience, I have a whole video dedicated to that, so definitely check it out after this one. I'll link it down below. But I recently got my second piece of Moldavite to add to my crystal collection about 2 months ago. It really has enticed my energy, brought a refreshing kind of approach towards what I'm trying to create in my life right now, and it also really inspired me to create this video today. In this video, I'll be covering 8 things you should know before purchasing Moldavite, because let me tell you, I think it's really important to do your research before bringing Moldavite into your life. So I'm going to be going over all of my tips for what you should know. And another really special element about this video is that at the end of this video, I'm gonna let you know where you can purchase Moldavite online. I have a good friend that is a trusted seller and he has an amazing selection of Moldavite pieces, and I'll be sharing all that information with you at the end of this video, so stick around till the end. All right, without further ado, let's really jump into the things you should know before purchasing Moldavite. The first and most important thing you should know before purchasing Moldavite is that you need to acclimate to Moldavite energy. I've talked about this in past Moldavite videos. It is so important before you purchase your Moldavite that you have a game plan for really acclimating to the energy of Moldavite, because it's a little jarring. You need to kind of mesh with that frequency. You know, I really recommend that first week and a half, spending 30 minutes a day with your Moldavite and then putting it somewhere safe, you know, taking a little bit of breaks between using it, because Moldavite can really bring on feelings of feeling overwhelmed. It can make you get headaches. It's really common to get a Moldavite flush when you first get Moldavite. So you really want to acclimate to this energy to see how your energy is really vibing with the Moldavite. So first and foremost, make sure you acclimate to this energy, you know, right when you start working with it. The second thing you should know before purchasing Moldavite is that Moldavite entices shadow work. If you're not sure what shadow work is, it really is this kind of process we go through, this internal introspection of understanding why we don't like certain things about ourselves. Maybe we went through something in our past and it kind of made us ashamed or feel negative about this certain aspect of who we are, so we kind of hide it. Moldavite really brings this to the forefront so that we can heal from those situations. Moldavite deals with our heart chakra. It really helps us dive in and understand how we can heal in ways that maybe are uncomfortable. It wants to help us heal, and part of that healing process is confronting our shadow. So before purchasing Moldavite, be aware that you will most likely be going through some shadow work in this Moldavite journey. The next thing you should know, the third thing you should know before purchasing Moldavite, I think this is a really big one, is that you have to be okay with really letting go and surrendering to whatever happens on your Moldavite journey. If you are stubborn or you are not okay with change, you might be butting heads with Moldavite a lot. The letting go aspect of Moldavite can be a little forceful. It's kind of we are really comfortable, and Moldavite is kind of well, if you want to, transform your life, you're gonna have to let go and separate. We got to move on to this next thing, you know, if you want to evolve and change, you have to let go of certain parts of yourself or understand why certain situations aren't for you anymore. So really ask yourself, you know, am I ready to let the cards fall, see how things go, be put in uncomfortable situations and still carry on? You know, if you find yourself a little bit on the stubborn side, you know, really think about it and know, like, I'm going to be faced with these situations and I have to be okay with letting go and surrendering. Because if you are not working with the energy of Moldavite, if you're working against it, you might not have a very great experience with your Moldavite. You very much need to be in sync with it and trust the process. The fourth thing you should know before purchasing Moldavite is that it can greatly assist you in your manifestations. Moldavite has a way of really helping you get to your end goal. There is this magic, this kind of energy with Moldavite that helps bring situations to you, like you get closer and closer to getting this thing that you really want, or it helps cut things off so that can go away and you can start working towards this other thing that's getting you actually closer to your manifestation. I know with my own personal experiences with manifesting with Moldavite, it's kind of like you have this vision of where you want to be, but in that vision, you may not be thinking about maybe this kind of thing that you may seem negative happening to you. Like, let's say you really want this certain job, right? Well, in the process of getting that job, you have to like completely lose this job or get fired or something happens that you feel like is bad. In order for that thing to happen, you have to let go and really trust the process of maybe losing a job or breaking up with a partner to achieve this really big manifestation that you want. So it's kind of like the caveat with working with Moldavite. It can take things away to help bring things in. The fifth thing you should know before purchasing Moldavite is that Moldavite can really entice this supernatural energy. So if you yourself are a little bit timid or nervous about extraterrestrial life or life that is out there that we're not even aware of, you may not be super into Moldavite. I feel like this is something that a lot of people talk about with the negative side effects of Moldavite. Some people will say that Moldavite is scary because they have these experiences that are maybe a little trippy or far out or what have you. Maybe they're not ready to experience those things, but it's just part of the vibe of Moldavite. You have these kind of synchronicities and these unexplainable things can happen in your life, and sometimes that may involve ETs or something like that. You know, everyone's experience is different, but I do know this is a common theme with Moldavite. I personally haven't had any ET kind of things happen when I'm working with Moldavite, but like I said, it is very common, and if you yourself do not like that kind of stuff, it's something that you think is scary or you're not ready for, then I would say that's a sign maybe you shouldn't work with Moldavite. The sixth thing you should know before purchasing Moldavite is that when you bring Moldavite into your home, it will affect kind of everyone around you. If you have a home where you have roommates, or maybe you live at home with your parents or siblings, or you're living in a home with your partner, you know, what have you, they can have a little bit of the effects of Moldavite as well. I feel like this isn't really talked about that much, but I know that this is true because I've experienced it myself with my fiance. It's just something that happens. When you bring Moldavite into your home, this energy is very potent and it brings this transformational energy. It affects people around you. I don't think this is something that you really need to make a big announcement about, but maybe it's something you can talk about with the people that you live with, just letting them know that you are getting some Moldavite. I don't know, however you want to handle it, but I just want to prepare you that people you live with can kind of feel a subtle energy shift from Moldavite being in the home. So I just wanted to put that out there. The seventh thing you should know before purchasing Moldavite is actually kind of like a tip, but a lot of people wonder, you know, should I purchase Moldavite jewelry or just a piece of Moldavite? And something you should know before purchasing Moldavite is that if you purchase jewelry, you know, Moldavite jewelry, there is a chance that you are going to feel a heightened presence or a quicker feeling with your Moldavite because you're bonded with that energy. Now, you still should acclimate to the energy of your Moldavite jewelry, doing the same thing, wearing it for like 30 minutes a day for about a week and a half. It's very important to acclimate to that energy. And then, maybe wearing that jewelry every day after you've done that acclimation period. I personally believe that Moldavite can be a little bit more effective if you are wearing it. Like I said, you're really bonding with that frequency. You may feel a little bit different. You may notice more synchronicities happening in your life, meeting people that you can't believe you're talking with them, like just interesting situations happen. So if you kind of are looking for more of a more effective, a quicker kind of like transformation with your Moldavite, then I would say maybe go towards the jewelry piece. Now, if you're kind of looking for a gradual change, or just just letting it do its thing really, I think in that case, it'd be great to just have a piece of Moldavite that you're holding and working with in that way. And my final thing you should know, the 8th thing you should know before purchasing Moldavite, is that when you get Moldavite and you bring it into your home, there is kind of this honeymoon stage that you experience with your Moldavite. And there will be a period where you feel like it's kind of fading a little bit. Maybe you're not as super drawn. You don't have that Moldavite calling as, frequently as you did when you first got it. There is kind of like a little bit of a lull you can experience. And one thing that you can do to really heighten your Moldavite experience again is by pairing it with another stone. I think this is a good tip to understand before you purchase your Moldavite, because sometimes we may think that it's gonna be like this constant kind of like change and evolution and things are happening and da-da-da. I mean, that does happen, but there is this kind of like lull or just this, the dust settling moment. And we don't know how long that's gonna last, but if you kind of wanna entice that energy again, you can pair it with another stone. Moldavite pairs very well with other crystals. To mention a few, Herkimer diamond is one that is great to pair with Moldavite. Other tektites are wonderful, like Libyan desert glass, black Tibetan tektite. These are really known for enhancing the energy of transformation with Moldavite. So just a little helpful tip out there, if you feel like you're in this lull or you got your Moldavite and you're kind of waiting for things to happen, you can do a crystal pairing to really enhance that energy. Overall, I hope that these 8 things that you learned about are helpful with your Moldavite journey, and just know that Moldavite really does help you get into alignment with your life. And like I said, be ready to welcome in that change. Moldavite has a way of working with our energy internally so that we can move forward in a new reality. There's a lot of change that happens, internal and external. Our environment is going to change as well. Now, if you are super stoked and ready to welcome Moldavite energy into your life, I'm so excited to share with you an amazing crystal shop, the Starseed Academy US on Etsy. A good friend of mine, Tyler, is the shop owner, and honestly, he has such an amazing selection of Moldavite, guys. Please go check out his site. I'm going to link it down below. And Tyler is so nice, guys. He has a special discount code for you guys out there. So make sure you use my code at checkout. It's Courtney, and you'll receive a little bit of a discount when you check out. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me today. I had a lot of fun sharing these tips, and I'm even more excited for you if you're ready to start your Moldavite journey. Like I said, I have a few videos on Moldavite. If you want to check them out, I'll link them down below so you can get even more information on this amazing tektite. If you yourself, have any tips, maybe you have worked with Moldavite and you have a tip for someone out there that they should be aware of before they purchase their first Moldavite, please add it in the comments down below. I would love for everyone to learn from each other in this community, so please don't be shy. I would love to know your tips as well. Just comment down below and we will read them. I'm so excited to check them out. If you liked today's video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you are new here, I would love it if you subscribed. Thanks so much for hanging out, and I will see you in my next one.